What's good? How you doing? My bad for the delay. I had to get the refill.
Fantastic, man. I'm good. It's all good.
Yeah, you said you were just coming from a gig?
Nah, I had like a meeting.
Yeah. What kind of meeting?
Some cool stuff, man.
Some cool stuff? Tell us about it. Yeah.
I can't just be out here talking about meetings.
Yeah.
It was a meeting though.
Secret
it's
meetings.
It's something for a little bit for everybody, you know. But I don't really like speaking on things until it's like a real thing.
For real. That's actually a funny concept too. Like I've heard, we've heard that like just that don't speak on stuff, it can like fuck it up. But for me, I'm kind of the opposite. Like I was telling you even earlier with the tattoo, like I talk myself into it.
Yeah.
Or I might have an idea and it might take me a second to figure it out all the way. So
Well,
the idea might evolve. So I'm about to say it a few times, and me saying like 3 or 4 times, I'm like, you know what? Let me add this to it.
It's like fruition. I'm all for that, but I mean the main reason why I don't talk about like meetings and stuff like
No,
not even just a meeting. I was saying like stuff. I mean, I co-sign with that, but it's also like the other things I just don't like saying it until it is because things change and it's just like, when people be like, what happened to that? It's just like, don't worry about it, change your mind. So, it's just a conversation. Because people be picking up on different things and who knows. But yeah, I'm all for fruition. What you doing with your tat, man?
Oh, the tat. I already forgot about it. See, that's why I wanted to say on the podcast too. So I think I'm going to get a tattoo of Larry, bro.
Okay.
He's going to be holding a sign up, and the sign is going to say, they showing titties across the water. Because I said that on the last episode, and I feel like I was telling bro, if they ever quote me in the history books, I want that to be my quote. It's going to say, yeah, they showing titties across the water, man.
Is that across the water like the peninsula?
Nah, like...
On our side?
Yeah. Well, what's the... Wait, what's the peninsula?
Peninsula is your side.
Oh, so we're the peninsula. So no. So we call you... We were talking about that too. Where
we both cross the water.
That's what he was literally like. He was like, they think we're across the water. I'm like, that's funny.
Yeah,
That's deep.
y'all way cross the water. That's what that is.
Yeah, so we talking about Portsmouth specifically.
Oh, P-Town.
Yeah.
They showing titties over there?
They showing titties. 2 episodes in a row we talking about.
What y'all talking headlights? They showed titties.
Yeah, they have because they have a bunch of headlights over there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
A lot of cars over there.
But yeah, like even on ideas and stuff, like where I don't know, like how do ideas usually come to you?
I mean,
when do you get your best ideas?
It was a great way to finesse out of what's this tattoo gonna be, man? What's the tattoo?
That was it. I told you. It's gonna be Larry. He's gonna be,
but you've been designing. I thought you was gonna show me the thing.
Oh, I didn't finish yet. I just started. So yeah, I gotta. It might be done tomorrow. I think I'm gonna just do it tomorrow.
It's gonna be his full body.
Full body. He's I want to put it right here. It might be on the leg. He's gonna hold a sign. You know what I'm saying? No pole on it. He's just gonna be holding it with his hands. They showing titties across the water. And then I'm like, yo, big vision. If I got a cardboard cutout of Larry in every strip club with the sign, but in the strip club version, he's just saying they showing titties. Feel me?
They gotta be showing titties though.
That's what he was saying too. Like, don't let it be false advertisement type shit.
Yeah, it can't be like the spots out in the beach.
What if Larry gets the city, inspires the city to change the law and just titties everywhere?
The aliens, like, yeah.
They showing titties everywhere now. Well, yeah, like that's it. Yeah, that's a tat. That's the tat.
That's good. Shout out to the strippers.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, no, like when do you like feel like your best ideas come, or like when you're in that? How do you usually tap into that creative zone, like to come up with shit?
My best ideas come while I'm executing another idea to just start distracting me from each other. So it's just like it literally just like it's funny. Like ideas are more of like a sentence that you just keep adding to it. You know, like on those games where you go around the room, you just add words and it turn into a sentence. Like kids be like,
oh yeah. Or like what's the one where you like? That's the one where it's like they always how you know shit changes when people tell it. Like you'll tell one person something and then
the telephone game.
That's telephone.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other one is just like you say a word like
it starts out with one word.
Goldfish, and then somebody say went to. And that's kind of like ideas like with me as far as just like they just be spurring out of like I don't know. It depends though. It depends like where I'm at. If I'm making music, if I'm like trying to, get a sample, get like a good idea for a recipe, cooking. If I get an idea like I need to hit up somebody, I'm easily distracted from ideas. inspire ideas. So.
Y'all, you touching on the cooking shit. I seen y'all did what y'all call it, a janky macaroni tutorial.
Which one? Oh yeah,
or something like that.
Yeah,
yeah, that was random.
Yeah, I be cooking, man. Like I feel like all that is like one thing. You know what I mean? Like as far as like when you make music, it's kind of like it's a balance of flavors, timing. You know what I mean? Like the tempos, the timing, and all that. Cause when I first started cooking, when I was a child climbing up on the cabinets, I didn't really understand the concept of like different levels of heat. You know what I'm saying? Just like all the way through college, you know what I'm saying? When you try and cook something, you put that thing on high. And you just like, you know what I mean? So it's just, so when you start doing that, it's like, there's technique to it. And like, there was technique that I learned through making music as well. As far as just like, certain things, frequencies and stuff like that. So, I'm very, very in tune with that cooking aspect as far as just, it's like literally anything is possible. And that's why I like music as well.
Yeah, I've been cooking I've been like cooking a lot lately. I really like cooking too. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's like a meditative thing almost like.
What you cooking?
You get in the zone. Well, really my specialty kind of like salmon and like I make some potatoes with like onions in them.
Man, you be drying your salmon out?
What do you mean, like overcooking it?
Yeah.
No, I just got it right recently. Like the last few times I've been getting it like all the way right.
Yeah, that's different. It makes the whole salmon different. You know what I'm saying? When
Wait, what do you mean
dry it out.
What do you mean by dried out?
Y'all had dry salmon before.
You talking about just overcooked, right?
Yeah.
Okay. My boy, when I was in LA. I've been there a few times. My boy Johnny out there, he had me try to fucking smoke salmon. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, bro, this is not it.
Nah,
he's swearing. I'm like, bro, this is raw. What are you talking about? Like my dad smokes meat. I know what smoked shit is when it's right. Like this is raw.
It ain't raw. It ain't it.
I'm like, bro, they smoked it. I'm like, he ain't really smoking. He probably was just smoking and blew a little smoke on it. Like just a little bit of smoke.
That's some sashimi.
Yeah, but
you don't like sushi?
Never tried it.
Oh man. I mean, honestly, that's good for you, man. You got like something that's easy accessible to do something different. Like one day you can. Like,
what do you mean?
You could just wake up one day and be like, I'm gonna try sushi. Like you could just try something new.
Oh, so you're saying like it's cool that there's things that like you haven't tried yet.
Yeah, it's just right there. It's just like you want to switch up. You ever feeling down and stuff, just try something new. Like, switch it up.
What's some recent things you tried that are new?
Well, I start answering my phone a lot more.
That's new to you?
That's a change of pace. Nah, but for real, like, it's just like, I was in that whole mindset for forever where it's just like, I was always surrounded by music. I'm listening to music, I'm making music. And I just like despise my phone because it's just like, you got to stop it and get up there. So
it takes you out the zone.
Yeah. So sometimes I've been like letting myself get snapped out of the zone and, change it up. What's another thing I changed up? I stopped using, what you call it? What's that called? Man, I don't even know the name of the brand off top. Oh, yeah, I started eating like more granola seeds and pumpkin seed snacks. That's a change up, I guess.
Yeah, trying new foods.
I started eating ice cream.
You stopped eating or started?
I started, yeah.
Oh, wait, you didn't like ice cream before?
Yeah, I just never craved it.
Yeah, I've been in the fudge bars heavy.
Oh, man. Yeah, those are classic, though.
What ice cream you eat?
The toffee joints, caramel. Is it caramel?
Okay.
Caramel?
I say caramel.
Yeah, man, that's the right way to say it, man.
That's me? Oh, wait.
Sorbet. Sorbet with
Good
cherry.
looks.
Cherry sorbet.
Yeah. You talking about phone calls, too, picking up the phone. I'm glad you picked up the phone when Sunny called. I feel like that was a legendary moment that night when she called you on the pod about the Christmas song.
Yeah, I was about not.
Yo, I feel like
damn phone too. That was a funny thing.
You were about to not answer the phone?
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, like that's funny. Like Bobby had told me about that song before the episode.
Yeah.
And fucking I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna bring it up. He telling me about it, but he didn't tell me it wasn't out. I'm thinking it's out or whatever.
Yeah.
So I bring it up and then, yeah, like so they start fucking out. I think we played it and then you answered, and then like, I just thought it was cool how like we literally captured the exact moment y'all like actually decided to drop
it. And brought it out, yeah.
Yeah,
that was dope.
And not even that, just that the Muppet idea came from that too. Raisa had the Muppet idea on the show that night.
Well, yeah, I can see that too. Yeah.
Yeah, so it came out the Christmas tree song with the Muppets. Who edited the video? Y'all did the video.
Muppets out here. Huh?
Yeah, the video was done very well too. I thought it was a vibe. I don't know if you want to touch on that song.
Did that together. Yeah, it was cool, man. That's how a lot of our ideas, like I said, you know, our ideas just be kind of.
It's kind of.
Our ideas kind of be floating out there until it's, you know, wrangled down into existing, and like usually those ideas end up getting forgotten because we're making 90 other songs and stuff like that. So that's why I was like, you know, interrupting ideas is not always the greatest thing. But for real, why does everything gotta be finished in the end of the day? You know, it is what it is. It exists. But, you know, people say, what's the value of that if it just exists on your hard drive? But at the same time, everything ain't for everybody, so. And also the timing, you know what I mean? It take a long time for a lima bean to sprout. A very long time for an avocado to do something.
Yeah.
Avocado seeds, you know what I'm saying? Fuck those things. But, you know.
I get it.
It's
Yeah.
life.
Sometimes you gotta let shit marinate a little bit.
Yeah, marinating is important. People sleep on that. Definitely.
Wait, who edited the video?
I did. Sunny did. You know, it was Hobby did too. Like a lot of our stuff is like crowdsourced as far as just like everybody kind of chipping in and like a lot of like Sunny and Gabe's aesthetic, you know, for better or worse, is like it's real janky. It's like real. Okay, there we go. My bad.
No, you good.
Anyways, yeah, it's like it's real janky. Like I like imperfections, so I was just like, yo, if it looks like 3 different people did it, it's kind of like intentionally done because it's funny to me, but it's also like that's the video. That's what it is.
Yeah, like Sunny, I seen like the video Sunny has like in her room when she's like fucking. I can't even remember now, but it's just like weird, kind of like a weird vibe. I think she'll have like a sign and be shit written on it, like, you know what I'm talking about?
What, with like the spotlight?
I can't even remember now. It's a few of them. She has a few of them kind of similar vibes. Yeah. But it's like it's like its own thing. It's like fucking, I don't know.
Yeah, I seen quite a few of those. But yeah, like, man, that's. Yeah, I mean, everything is creating is just like, yeah, it's just wearing different hats. Sometimes gets a little bit. I don't know. It's not really a real definition of that. It's just it is what it is. Sunny's like one of the most creative beings that I know. Like, she just makes shit. Like,
she's one of the people that I've met that I can tell really like lives it. Like lives her art, like, and to me what that means is a lot of times it's like to me it be feeling like sometimes I'm chasing a feeling that I don't understand, and I kind of get that from her a little bit too. It's like it's almost like everything is real hectic, but that's kind of how this shit feels sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. How'd you guys meet? I guess we could fucking maybe start there. Like, how the hell did Sunny and Gabe start?
Shit, just being out in the scene, and I was working with this dude Bradford. He was running a night at Lola's. Lola's is actually the old Jesse's out in Ghent. Well, no, the new Jesse's used to be the old Lola's, and that was owned and ran by the family that I do all the stuff at Plaza del Sol with. So, you know, they've been in the picture for a while, and
that's where I just seen you recently, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so then, you know, they have Latin nights. And me and the homies, the Rebel Lee homies, used to just switch it up and go to Latin nights on Friday nights. And upstairs, Sunny, I'm good on that. You about to be high, man.
Just a little bit.
Here, man. Some alien shades, man. Go ahead, man.
Should I?
Yeah.
I wear it for a few.
Do it for Larry, man.
What up, Larry?
But yeah, it was random. It was Latin night. Sunny was just in Latin night. I really need to ask her what the hell you was doing Latin night. Cause you can't dance. But
she was getting her Latin on.
Nah. But it was funny. I met her there, and then that was just like a personal meeting. And then like a few months later, I hit her up on Facebook, and then cause one the dude Bradford had sent me a link to her stuff, and I just never listened to it. And I finally listened to it. I was like, oh, she's dope. So then I hit her up, and she ain't really hit me back immediately. So then I was just like, I was already just in the mood. So I ripped this song off SoundCloud, and I just like flipped it, one of her songs, and I sent it to her. She's like, how did you get this? Like, she was mad.
What's her like sound similar? Like, what's her sound like? That song?
It was an acoustic jank. It was just, and honestly, I thought like when I was listening to our style, I thought she was already like working with mad people because it was sounding really good. So when I flipped, she was like, how'd you get this? And then she like, it was dope. And I was like, yo, I'm gonna just send you some beats. I sent her like 30 beats. And like out of all, it was one particular one I wanted her to hop on. But I didn't say anything. I just was like, let me see what she gonna pick.
It was in the pack,
out.
like.
It was in there, mixed in there. And she picked that exact one and then sent it back. I was like, oh yeah, we about to mess people. That song ended up becoming, we got this song called Godzilla. It's on Free Candy. So it's the intro to Free Candy. It's pretty dope that it became like the intro. It makes sense to be the intro. That was our first. And the song before that I did steal off SoundCloud and redid is called Statue. And that's also on Free Candy. So you could kind of listen to those two songs as the origins of Sunny and Gabe.
What year was this? And I guess how long after that?
2012.
2012. And like when did y'all actually become like, Sunny and Gabe? When y'all started?
Oh yeah, because I used to always just be like, I'm a producer. Then like it was Sunny Geach, produced by Gabe Niles. And then when we went out to South by Southwest, and we was out there running around, and every time we got introduced, it was like, hey y'all, this is Sunny and Gabe. And it was like, they was really just saying that because we were literally Sunny and Gabe. And then like this girl that was running around with us in that whole like group of people, she was like, wait, you guys, their band name isn't Sunny and Gabe? I thought your band name was Sunny and Gabe. That's why they kept saying it. I was like, nah. So then it was just like, I guess we just do it. Because to me, it sounded like it was like a bank. Like Sunny and Gabe. Something like that. SNG. But yeah, we rocked with that thing. And it just stuck.
So how long, I guess, how long was that between or after you fucking got the song off SoundCloud and flipped it? Like it was just like same year or like?
About a year.
Okay.
About a year later.
Okay.
Yeah, 2013.
That's 10 years ago, bro.
Good observation.
Is there any fucking plans for like a 10-year anniversary of Sunny and Gabe?
I never thought of it as that. You know what I mean? I guess it is time for a high school reunion or something like that.
Because my high school reunion is this year. I think I might podcast there.
I think we dropped the project in August. Your 10 years this year?
Yeah.
You ready for that?
I'm ready, bro. I feel like this might be the best year of my life. I think 30 might be the best year of my life. I'm 27. I feel like 30 is going to be a good one.
That's good. I was going to take it slow. You know what I mean? You ain't there yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, my high school reunion, I went to 3 different high schools, so they were all different places. But I remember I went to Tallwoods. And Tallwoods, I was at the spot where it was at, and I didn't even know it was going on because it was at Toast, and I normally just go to Toast. And I was there, and I've seen like literally everybody I went to fucking high school with. I'm like, what y'all doing out Norfolk? They're like, it's the reunion. You not here for that? I was like, nah, ain't nobody even invite me, man. You know what I'm saying? That's wild, man. Yeah, man, that's messed up, y'all. But then again, I don't be on Facebook. You know, that's a Facebook thing.
We have like a Facebook group. Like I post on there. We don't actually get that much love. Actually, we just had a couple reels go up. The one we just posted with Rod and them talking about the.
Oh, I thought you was talking about your reunion was a Facebook group.
Oh, no, I think we actually do have one of those too.
I feel like that's the only place you hear from it for real.
I know the girls that are throwing ours though. Like
okay.
I like type shit. You still hang out with anybody from high school?
Yeah. Like everybody I run with pretty much.
Okay.
Like we go back to middle school squads. But yeah, what was you saying? My bad.
No, I was just saying we actually have a reel that kind of went up. I posted it yesterday on Facebook. I think it got like 600 likes already. Like
nice.
like 30,000 views, and usually we only get like less than 1,000 views. So
they just watching to see how big Rod head is.
Oh yeah,
they see how
it was when he was telling us about the fucking.
Did
you see when he was talking about how the joints is fake? The people that make the houses and stuff.
Huh?
So I guess you can see it. So you know the dudes that make the video, those time lapse videos where they like make houses and villas and shit out of mud in the forest.
Oh, okay.
What's he was telling us how that's fake.
Man, I don't want to hear stuff like that. I want to know.
Crush your dreams.
Yeah, what are y'all doing?
Yeah.
Leave it alone.
Yeah. All right. So
it ain't fake. I seen it.
Yeah, he said
on video. I watched the video.
And shit. Yeah. All right. So actually, so we met at Utopia, right? I think so. Maybe we get back up a little bit. Fucking. You want to just tell us a little bit about just fucking coming up, childhood, like how you even started doing like being creative, and you know what I'm
saying? Yeah, I was the youngest. I got two very hardworking parents, so they was always at work.
What they do?
At the time, I think they just it was like some shipyards. My dad was painting houses and stuff like that. And then like, I wasn't allowed to go outside if they was at work. And mind you, I'm like the youngest. My brother was he was a teenager that always had a job. That dude been working since he was out the womb. My brother always had a job. It's crazy. So he was just never there. My sisters, they would sneak out and whatnot. So I'd just be in the crib and like everything I did was pretty much like just me to myself. And I remember we had this big ass wall unit. The wall unit had like encyclopedia set, stereo system, the old school James vinyls, just a little bit of everything, man. And that was used to be my fake laboratory. I had a little lab over there, you know what I'm saying? So I'd be over there taking shit apart. But I used to mess with the tapes. And then, like, I used to mess with the vinyls. Like, I was always surrounded by music, man. Like, my brother used to collect CDs. So it was like, every new CD came out, he had it. Like, that's how I know about Sade. Just like, I was in 3rd grade. He had the best of Sade. It came out that year. Y'all could do the math and research of that. But that was my favorite artist. That was the funniest thing. Like, what's your favorite? I'm like, Sade. I was a little kid. And Smooth Operator became my anthem at that point. So then it was like that. From there on, I was pushed into being a smooth operator and just a cool-ass kid, man. I'm telling you, like, they used to call me a bug man.
A bug man?
Just bug man, you know what I mean?
What does that mean?
I used to just play with bugs, man.
Hey, yo.
I played with bugs and then got to the point I started controlling bugs.
What?
Yeah, man.
Yo, what? That's the clip.
Yeah,
I used to play with bugs.
Yeah, man. They listen to me, man.
They listen to you? Hold up. Can you break this down, please? The bugs were talking back. They was listening to commands. Like, what's happening here?
It's just, sometimes it just, you feel it and you become the bug.
You are the bug.
I'm bug man.
Bro.
Yeah, I mean, you can ask my dad about it. Ask anybody. They call me bug man. And then, like, even with that, man, it was just like, it wasn't just bugs. I used to just always be alone. Like, when I look back and think about it, just like my imagination, like being alone and in solitude is like an exercise for your imagination, especially as a kid. A naive, unhinged imagination. And like, we didn't have all the money. I mean, we was broke pretty much at that point, but it was like, I had to get creative with my little broke toys or my thrift store toys or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, I used to just like make shit and always just like everything in my life when I turned 28, everything kind of like, you get to reflect and be like, this is why I'm like this, that, and third. And I was just like, yeah, I could be alone. I'm like content with everything because it's just like I know how to be alone, and I search for my alone time. But that's like an outlet to be the most creative because that's like you and your being is when you're alone, you find out really who you are a lot of times. And that's why I say like some people are just creative beings because that's like their byproduct of them living, you know. Some people shed skin and some people
shed ideas.
Shed ideas and create things. Some people shed negativity.
How much do you think your older brother influenced you? Like, I'll be thinking
man,
about
my
something
whole
too, because
family,
I'm the
dog.
oldest brother. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you gotta be, you know, it's different. Like, I don't know.
I was the youngest man. I'm like the superhuman that was put together. Like I'm the best part of everybody. You know what I mean? Like I got to inherit. Like my brother was a star basketball player, so I was just always like everybody be like Little Bishop, or you know what I mean. Anywhere I went, because we went to he went to Rock Church.
He went to where?
Rock Church is like a big ass church.
Okay.
And it was also a school, so he played. So anything, it was like me not knowing any of these people. I was always just like people knew me because I was his brother. And then like my sisters were popular. My sisters together, man, it was like bebop rocksteady, man. They was out there beating up everybody and shit. But it's like they made a reputation to where when I went to these schools, they would see my name and be like, Niles, oh no, we got a Niles. Like, you know what I'm saying? I inherited a lot of that kind of stuff, but I got like the best of it. Like Chanel, she's like the brains. Then like Sophia, she was evil. That was my arch nemesis for no reason, man. She killed my praying mantis.
Wait, who did?
My villain, my sister.
Oh, okay.
Sophia, but you know, we like best friends now. But at the same time, then
not the praying mantis though.
Then yeah, man, she used to do crazy shit, man. I remember I built this zoo in my backyard, man.
You was heavy on it. Let me get
let
to
all
the
my
zoo of all
animals
bugs.
go, huh?
Zoo of all bugs?
Nah, I caught everything, dog.
Okay, my bad.
There's one time I caught a fish like the size of me, man. I caught it with my bare hands. And it was one of my
what the fuck, bro?
That was my greatest moments because it was like 30 people out there that witnessed this shit. They couldn't believe it. They thought I was out there drowning or something. I can't.
Wait, where was
that literally became my legacy.
You was at the lake or you was at the
Kingsford
river?
Lakes, man.
Okay.
They probably still talking about it to this day. I'm telling you, man. So I caught it right, and then I took it home. I was with my cousins. They was like, "You wouldn't believe he caught this fish with his hands." And then my dad was like, "Yeah, all right, yeah, we're gonna keep it. We're gonna eat it." And literally every day I used to just open up the freezer and stare at it. Like, we gonna eat your ass.
Y'all ate it though, right?
No, hell no. They lied to me.
Oh, wait, why didn't you eat it?
It was in that freezer for a long time. And I just every night, right, is this the night? We gonna eat that fish.
I'm tripping
tonight?
out why y'all ain't really just eat it though.
Man, you don't eat shit out of no man-made lakes. Don't ever do that.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that part.
Please don't do that.
I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, I forgot you out here. Y'all probably got rainbow
I've been
trouts
fishing
and
out
shit
here, but I never ate it. I've ate fish when I go to Bosnian. When I was younger, I used to go to Bosnian and fish with my uncle, and we would actually eat those fish, and it was like the best fish I ever had in my life.
Okay. I mean, I be fishing in the Chicken Hominy on the boat.
Yeah.
With Gary's dad, man. That dude, Dan, shout out to Dan, man. I be out there catching some shit.
Yeah, so you become the smooth operator. You build a zoo. You touched on being 28 and like kind of reflecting on your life and fucking what made you who you are. I don't know if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of you see situations, man. I was always a new kid. I went to so many schools. And then like,
wait, is this all in Virginia Beach? Born and raised in Virginia Beach?
I was born and raised in Virginia Beach, but I was also like, you know, my parents during the summertime, you know, they would stack up money, and you know, 4 kids, they'll send us up to New York so they could just stack money, not worry about having to feed 4 kids over the summertime. You know what I'm saying? So then by the time we come back, they got money saved for school. So then I'll just be like in Brooklyn for a whole summer. And then sometimes the next summer I do that and be in Huntersville the whole summer. So I always never really fit in because it was like, you know, in a nicer neighborhood that we were in, I was like more the ghetto one. And then when I go out here to Huntersville, Brooklyn, I was like the cornball. So it's just like seeing all that shit and being like this new kid and having a, you know, I never really had like a crew after I left my initial cell. It just, I ain't really have a lunch table. But even with that said, like I used to sit at everybody's lunch table. It just, I didn't have like all straight, this is the lunch table I'm gonna be at all the time. Like, so that, like, I reflect that that's kind of how I move now. I'm like in a lot of those scenes and with different people and stuff. It's kind of like I'm a loner. I navigate a lot of places. Like if you see me, I'll pull up alone. Even though I know like mostly everybody, I'm alone though. And I don't know. It's just, I don't know. That was like when 28 hit. I don't know why. It just like some moment where everything.
I feel like I'm getting to that moment.
Yeah. I mean, that's around at 27, 28. I remember when I started making beats, I don't know why I felt this way. I just knew. I was like, everything would pop off when I'm 27. I used to just say that for no reason.
How old were you when you started making beats?
I was, man, it's been numerous. I don't even know how to answer that because I was making beats since MTV Generator on PlayStation. And I don't remember how old I was. I was young as shit. And then I remember 9th, 10th grade, I did get my hands on a keyboard and a computer to do Fruity Loops, but I just didn't know how to work Fruity Loops. So I was like, distracted. It was like, whatever. And then when I moved to Dallas, Texas, my senior year, I just picked it up. It was just like stuck with it. And then like I just was like, my mom heard my first beat. My sister heard my first beat. My nemesis, my villain sister.
My nemesis.
But she heard it, and I remember, and I wish I had that beat still. She listened to it, and she was like, whoa. She went and ran and got my mom. That's how hot I was out the gate, my first beat. She was like, raving. Man. So my mom come out here, like, what? And she like listened to my mom, sat there, she listened to it. Then she was just like, she gave me like scripture and like, that's why I named you Gabriel. You're gonna blow your horn. Gabriel is gonna lead the world with this horn and his music and this, like all these things. Like
on your first beat.
My first beat. She was just talking about like how when one of the apostles went up to heaven and he was just like, he was talking about seeing creatures that left him speechless and hearing sounds that he didn't hear the sounds with his ears, he heard it with his soul. And she was like, that's the sounds that you making. So from that point, my mom put a battery in my back. So then after she said I was supposed to be doing this, like I was named it, couldn't nobody tell me shit. That like, it turned me invincible. So like no matter what stage and what point, high or low, just kind of like it don't matter. Like it's gonna, I'm good. It's gonna happen. Like, and I noticed that like meeting mad artists and running with people and stuff, like they don't got that blessing from their parents, and it changes a lot. You know what I'm saying? I got blessed to have that blessing. It changes a lot. Like
I'm one of those. Like honestly, for me, it was like, bro, for the longest, I'm talking about years, I was the only one that believed in my shit and anything I was doing.
Yeah.
And my parents never really like. For me, I mean, like I said, I'm Bosnian. Like my parents are like they're foreign. You know what I'm saying? So it's always like, are you making money?
Yeah.
It's never like, and nobody in my family is really creative, so I don't even know if they really understand. Like, and I don't even fault anyone. Now I'll kind of come to grips with it now. I understand, but it's like they don't understand even just what it is past the money, what it really means. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, but yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
But so it got to be great to have that blessing from your, you know what I'm saying, from your mom, and that's like the foundation of your fucking belief in yourself. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's facts, man. Like, yeah, I could. When she told me I could have ran through a wall, still can. But
so that was senior year in Dallas, Texas, right?
It sure was.
So I guess you're there for the whole year.
Somewhat. I was there for like 9 months.
Yeah.
My senior year was weird because I moved there in September, and their school year starts early August, so they was already in there. They was trying to find me a school out there Like I went there in '06. That's when Hurricane Katrina hit. Like that September. So they had all these.
Did it hit the area? Did it hit that hard? Dallas?
New Orleans.
I know it hit New Orleans.
No,
okay,
nah. But they had all the evacuees. So like all the new kids and stuff, all these schools, because we ended up moving to like the suburbs. This is when my mom hit the glow up and like we was in the balling ass everything. So then we went to this school it's called DeSoto, and it's kind of like an uppity spot. That's like where Von Miller and all that shit went. And they changed their whole curriculum so they could turn down the New Orleans kids because they didn't. Nobody wanted them New Orleans kids in their schools.
So what they do?
So they was like, oh, we got good news and bad news. And I'm like, what does that mean? I want to just give us the bad news. And he was like, well, if Gabriel comes here, he's gonna be a junior. He's gonna have to do another year of school. And we literally just got up and walked out like whatever. So then, like, from that moment.
Was that like a big news story at the time that that these schools are changing the curriculum? I don't even know what they changed.
No, it wasn't
but
no
to
news
not
story,
allow these
man.
kids to go to school?
Man, Dallas be doing so much crooked shit. Big cities do a lot of crooked shit. I ain't worried about that.
Yeah.
But, man, them New Orleans kids, man, they had them down.
They're probably happy, like, we ain't got to go to school now.
Oh, no, they sent their ass to the bad schools, but they was going to school, but man, that shit, I gotta make a movie about that shit. That shit was so crazy. Like,
what was that shit where the
dynamic of that?
It wasn't that hurricane, but it was another like event that I want to say FEMA stole money from. Wasn't there a movie with T.I. about it? You heard about this?
A movie with T.I. about
I want to say T.I. was in it, but it was some like natural disaster that happened somewhere just based on a true story. I want to say FEMA came in and like stole a bunch of money from donations and.
You sure?
I'm not lying about that. Huh?
Yeah, Hurricane Katrina or something.
It might have actually been Katrina, bro. It might have actually been Katrina.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. So you make your first beat. I guess when do you also do you have a job right now, or do you like live off DJing?
Yeah, I just live off of what I do.
How does it feel to be? I want to know about like how you got into DJing too, but how does it feel to make a living off DJing in an area where a lot of people would say there's not much going on out here, but it's like for the people that are actually know what's going on, I guess there is enough to actually, I guess there is actually enough of a scene to where we have actually people in the area making a living off of doing stuff, like doing creative stuff out here.
I mean, to be fair, I'm not just like, that would be incredible to just live off DJing, but I'm not just living off DJing. Like, I get royalties, I get all kinds of shit like that. So,
but you live off your creative stuff.
Yeah. But it's just like, cause out here they still need to up those. They need to up those fees for the DJs. So that's what I'm saying. I wish it was like that. It's still a little low here, but it is what it is. But I mean, overall, it's trust me, it's fire. Like. But, I took sacrifice to even be in this. Like, I remember 2011, I think, was like my last 9 to 5. And, like, I didn't come out the gate making bread. I was broke as shit. But one thing I did exchange all that for was time. And, I got to put myself in a position to kind of win and maximize all time. And it was just like.
What do you mean you exchanged it?
You exchange, like, things, luxuries of life. Like, I was couch surfing, but I was at my sister crib, and she was doing night school, Nemesis. So she couldn't really afford to get a babysitter. So then I was like, I'll watch the kids, I'll cast the couch and just make beats all fucking day. So then that ended up turning into me having to make sure I cooked dinner, and it would be a dinner that had to satisfy 2 girls, and then my Nemesis, Sophia, and then like. They all were critics, so then I had to actually be good at cooking, and I had to cook beats. But I wasn't comfortable, so I was like, I'm gonna get out of this, and then I did. But I sacrificed some luxury because I mean, trust me, like it ain't fun being like the brokest friend, but you would have never known. Like I was still navigating, I was still doing mad shit, but the luxury of just having a room or something. It was something I was willing to sacrifice. So I wouldn't have to, because I remember my last job was like on some, working in a damn plastic factory or some shit. And I was like, what am I doing here? Like every time I'd be at work, I wanted to make make beats or make music so bad, and then by the time I got home, I was tired. I was like, what is this shit? And I remember this lady that worked here, her name was Dottie. Or Dot, they call her Dot, but she just like, yo, you too young to be working. Don't make sure you escape. She was like, I've been here for 24 years. I'm like, man. And it was just like, seeing
switch
that,
it up.
It's like that out here. Because even during those days, my couch surfing days and all that shit was like, you know, my uncles and all that, they ain't know what it was. Like out here, like they say, it's a successful job is a job with benefits and this, that, and the third. And I know they care, so they just be like, they'll bring your application to well, and they were like, you'll take this. And I never be like, nah. I was like, okay, thank you. I'm gonna check this out. As soon as they leave, rip that shit up, ball it up. Man, I ain't doing this shit. They ain't no good job. But, you know, it's not their fault to think that way. Like you say, your people's is with the money and shit. It's like a cultural thing. Like, and...
Well, I was just really just saying, just like they don't really see the value in create and
if it don't make money, it don't make sense.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, that's instilled here. Like I always say, like I could have been the broke nigga on the couch out in L.A. and still had mad groupies and all that shit because at L.A. like a lot of girls been at a party and a friend that was sleeping on the couch that they curved fucking drive by the ass in the Ferrari a month later. They see that dream and that creativity actually pay off more than not. So like somebody out there is saying, yo, I'm an artist or I'm here and doing this, you're gonna believe in them more because you see that product, like people succeed that way more than here when you say like,
yeah, okay,
all right,
we'll see.
Nigga. But
I seen you drop that little song.
Yeah, little song. Right,
I seen you drop that little episode.
That shit was kind of cool.
Yeah, you got a little show going on.
A little show. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
No, but you know, I don't blame them. Shit, they be like.
But even on that 9 to 5 life,
yeah, you got it down. You know, I ain't knocking it, but
you touching on like I think because I've been through that myself. That 9 to 5 life where like it really drains you to the point where you don't even have energy to do anything else, bro.
Yeah. It's literally
that's what they
life
want.
Sucking.
That's what they want us to do.
It's like that Matrix shit is like a big ass shit stuck in your back. I remember I fucked up a whole because you know I used to be running different stations at this plastic joint, and where they do it, it's like powder. The plastic is powder, and then they put the powder in a mold and it melts it, right?
Yeah.
So
plastic starts as powder?
Yeah, it's plastic powder. I mean, if you zoom in, it's plastic. It just rain down, and it's easier to mold it.
Zoom in. Yeah.
So then the thing is, it was like they used to mix it up with this dye, and the dye was like really fine powder that you had to pour it in this machine. The machine would mix it into the white powder, and it would make it that color. So then like that'd be blue plastic.
Yeah.
And I remember one day, man, I was partying so hard and shit. I was like zombie mode, and I literally mixed up like 4 of the orders. Mind you, this plastic plant, they was making like toys, swimming pool toys, and then on the other side, making military grade like floats and shit, like the buoys and all that. So I end up
they had a
mixing
cold market
it up.
corner.
Yeah, they had that government contract. Them government contracts ain't no joke. And they end up like, I end up sending the box through, and they made like all these pink, like military buoys.
Oh, you thought of the color?
Yeah, they stopped it. Who's responsible for this? And it was funny because
how many you think got made?
I don't know. I don't know how they let so many through in the first place.
It's like 10,000 pink.
That was the only reason why
I
I didn't get in trouble. Everybody else got in trouble because first of all, who loaded that in there? You know what I'm saying? I ain't loaded it.
They probably like, I see the military trying a new color. I kind of like it.
Yeah. But the thing is, you know, it could start like that. Everybody was so much. It was such a mundane job. I wasn't the only one not paying attention. Like nobody gave a fuck. Like I'm talking about, it was going in production, coming down the James, pink Janks.
That's buoys and stuff that goes in the water, right? For like,
it's like these. They round and they got like an X. They like.
But is it in the water though?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I got you.
They huge, so I guess they put like a
yeah.
line, a rope, and then I guess they like use that as a barrier or some shit.
Yeah.
But
So you make the pink buoys.
Yeah. And honestly, like I didn't get in trouble because they couldn't. Everybody had to take that L. And honestly, like I didn't give a fuck. So, but those people that's been working there for so long, they was taking it so serious, and I was just like, dang, man, I'm in here messing up people's lives, man. You know what I mean? Like, think about it. I had that much influence, and I didn't give a damn about that job. And it was just like, equally so, it was disrespectful for me to be over there and not caring because I was like somebody else's livelihood. And like, they got families to feed and shit. So then that's how I just like, yeah, this ain't so fickle out here, man.
Out here, if you
stop talking,
you ain't
about
winning
work.
Unless you're at the shipyard.
Yeah.
I
don't blame it though. I fuck with the shipyard.
The brickyard boys.
Yeah, man. Shit. I'm a shipyard baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, my whole family.
So okay, so was that your last job? You said that it was like that you had in 2013, I think.
No, that was 2011.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my last job.
So what was the moment where I guess you were just like?
Actually, my last job was this temp agency job. I didn't know how to drive stick shift, but I was just like, yeah, I can. And they sent me to this car auction. I tried to hop in the jank. It was a stick shift, so I tried to act like I knew it was like a Miata.
Weak.
They was like, you don't know how to drive stick shift, man, do you? I was like, nah. Just get your ass out of this car.
I know a guy who, some of my friends back in the day stole a fucking car and it was stick, and none of them knew how to drive stick. And they just like barely getting away. Fuck.
Yeah, I always think like, I think we all need to make sure we learn stick. Cause when we be watching those movies, and you getting chased by some killer, and you hop in the car. That would be your worst.
I actually learned how to drive stick before regular. In Bosnia, like in a lot of Europe, bro, you don't even see an automatic car. Like even the public transportation is everything. Like it's fucking stick.
That bus driver be going to work on that thing.
Yeah. So I guess like what was like?
Here.
So you're doing different odd jobs and shit. Like, I guess what was the moment where like you really felt like, okay, like maybe I can't really do this shit, or what was like a pivotal moment you think where you like kind of started?
When my mama told me I could, I was dead ass. I already knew I was nice out. I just knew I was nice out the gate, man. I had like these crazy ass lofty goals, like I'm gonna create my own genre. I'm gonna change the world. I'm gonna make the world dance. I'm gonna do. Like, I'm talking about like when I first started. And it's just like, I did it. And I don't know. I don't even know where that confidence came from. Like, cause I'm a shy person. I didn't like being shy, so I just forced myself not to be shy. So I do like this thing. I learned how to swim from getting thrown in the pool. So like when I was so shy, I just like, just throw yourself out there and then like deal with the attention. Like if you don't like being shy, don't hide from it. You know what I mean? Like, get out there, stop being shy. Like, that's literally all it is. It's like jumping in a cold water pool just to get it over with type shit. And also just trust your instincts, just dive into things. So, I mean, the confidence, I don't know. I guess it was partly from my mom putting that battery in back because honestly, I definitely had a crazy-ass naive confidence. I still do, though. But it's not as naive. Your naiveness, you know what I'm saying? That's something sweet right there. So definitely cultivate. When you hang out with younger kids, they just be like, and when I say kids, I'm talking about like adults still, like early 20s and stuff. It's like they just be like they're so grand with their ideas and plans, and I'll never want to take any kind of like gloom from any other situation and dull their skies. Like why not them? You know what I'm saying?
It's great to have. No, it's actually great to have that. Yeah. But you just don't, when you're younger, you don't realize how many steps there is to do it.
Oh man, but it like, really, I mean, honestly, that's the gloom. Fuck the steps. Like,
but
what's the vision? What's the end goal?
You gotta have the vision first. Like me and Aisha talked about that. He kind of. A lot of times I'll be doing shit before I even know what I'm doing. Like I don't fully understand it yet. But he was kind of telling me that's how he does it too. It's like you have the vision or whatever, you have the concept, and you don't even think about the steps. Mm-hmm. You kind of just do one thing at a time, or it's like like a lot of times you don't even make the plan. You just have the idea first, and then you're just kind of like taking steps towards it.
Oh hell yeah!
Because you can get lost in the steps. You can overthink the steps. You can I don't know.
A lot of times, you could you can take steps back. And a lot of step backs, people look at step backs as like a bad thing. It's not always bad. It's like it's like if you get to like a cliff, you get to the edge of the cliff, you know what I'm saying? You're probably not going to jump like straight off that edge of the cliff to the other side. Sometimes you got to take a couple steps back so you get a run to start. So like you taking a couple steps back is
you're gearing up.
It's gearing up, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, a lot of us, you know, if you look at now, a lot of us got to that gap. And they looked at the gap and was like, well, I can't jump over that. You know, like the other side might be your dreams of what you wanted to do. And you get there and you're so used to going forward that you don't even take an option of going backwards as an option. So you just walk along the edge of that and then go around, you know what I'm saying? Rather than actually, man, well, I'm going to take some steps back and go and get my dreams on the other side of that shit. Sometimes they just fucking go, well, I guess I got to go this way now. You know what I'm saying? So I got to see that a lot. And I feel like that's kind of the naiveness with it. Like, just because you see the edge coming up, that kid don't see that big-ass gap, then let them have a blast running up to it. You know what I'm saying? Don't slow them down because you might take away that momentum that they could just clear that bitch in the first place.
But those ideas, like, see, those ideas from kids are coming from minds that haven't really been corrupted by society yet, right? Which is like we need those ideas to exist.
Yeah.
We need people to grow up and continue working towards them. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Those grandiose dreams, because that's why I love doing creative shit, bro. I just feel like a kid forever. I think even like when you get old as fuck, you get 60, 70 creating, I would still imagine you kind of get that same feeling. Like that's that
hell yeah, man.
I think ultimately that's what that is when you're talking about stepping back and to go forward, whatever. It's like in the beginning, like just based off my journey, you might think, even like you said earlier, you thought he was gonna pop at the gate. Like sometimes you got to take a step back and realize, or like what you're doing it for, or like to me it was really just getting one, like with just figuring out what the feeling is, or like I don't know. For me, like that's really what drives me with this shit. So sometimes you kind of stepping back is really just stepping in, because in the beginning you might be focusing too much on like exterior shit.
Yeah.
So it's just really like stepping back is like stepping in.
It's like, a lot. Shit. It's a lot of situations that need to line up for success and all that shit. But it starts with self.
It starts with like your internal dialogue with your internal everything. Like how you feel about this shit.
Yeah, it got to be real to you. It has to be real to you. Like if it's not real to you, then like even like your ideas, like shit. Like if you fucking with it, then that's what matters. If you confident in that, that's what it is. It doesn't matter who's messing with it or not. It might just not have found its place yet, but it's there. It's a thing. It deserves. You like it. You gotta respect your taste. And like shit, I know it's a little wonky, but I fuck with it. You know what I mean? That means it's worth something. Somebody somewhere gonna love that shit. And then when people figure out a way to digest it and stuff like that whole sound with the cha-cha shit, I don't think it would have had as big as an impact as it did if it wasn't like the state of music was already so dark and morbid.
Oh, did you produce cha-cha?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. Okay, come on.
Yeah, so it was like so dark and morbid.
What do you mean by, hold up, you think the song was dark and morbid?
No, everything, like around that time, music was, the industry.
I'm trying to remember what was really out at that, what was out at the time.
That was just like a lot of the, Lex my nigga too, so I can still say it. Like he had the dark beats. He had like the serial killer, Michael Myers. Like it was a lot of that. Like what was the chords was going down, everything. The music itself was just dark, like the actual chord progression.
Side note on that, do you think that has a play on what happens in society and the youth? We can even get back to that, but
of course, but
Kanye was like touching on that, like, you know what I'm saying, with the 808s and shit.
I believe, trust me, I believe it, but I don't believe it's the action. I believe the people behind it that's pushing these agendas is. And that's a whole thing. Like why?
That's a whole nother. They say the CIA linked up with the record labels and they wanted to push a certain narrative, specifically in hip hop.
Get them damn prison.
That's not really talked about enough, I don't think.
Oh yeah, I'm a firm believer in that, bro. Like, come on, man, you giving a damn 16-year-old kid $8 million because he talking about killing other black kids, but y'all would never even let your daughter listen to that.
Imagine
shit.
you in a record label. The kid bring like a real like positive song. You like, you know what? Nah, like the other one was better though. Like
that's what I'm saying.
The one where you talking about shooting, bro. Like
talking about killing
that one.
other kids. Hell yeah,
drop that.
He's innovative. That's so innovative. So tell me about how many kids you killed, little kid. You want $8 million? So guess what that's going to do. So then what you did was create this hero that all these other kids is looking up to this 6-year-old and be like, nigga, I got to kill a bunch of little kids to get that $8 million and rap about it. And then it just turned into that. And, you know, that's just business as far as like, what are you rewarding out here? Like, what are morals? And who's in charge of these things? And, you know, I'm never coming and wronging the person that's making this shit, because that's literally their life and that's the perspective and shit. But who's really rewarding this? Like, who's, you know what I'm saying? Like, why don't you even let your own kids listen to this shit? Like, what's the real goal y'all going for right here? So
that's even on smartphone. You know, the fucking was it Steve Jobs didn't? I want to say Bill Gates. None of these tech leaders, they don't let their kids use phones. So like 10, 11 years old. So it's like it's a lot of these fucking business execs or whatever. I don't. Everything just off money, even down to fucking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, it's control though. You know, people are currency.
Control as well. Probably even more than
people's currency. Yeah. That's actually the biggest form of any money is people's minds. And you gotta think like, yo, we could think about the most cunning shit. We see movies about cunning shit. We like smart shit. Like this smart shit. There's people that exist that knows psychology and human behavior patterns and all this shit that they use for psychological warfare and numerous things. People come up with torture techniques. People come up with like repetitive, like we could program, you know, it's that shit exists. So why wouldn't it exist in the advertising realm? Why wouldn't it exist in the realm for control? Like yo, like stores pump smells that trigger you to buy.
Yeah, smell. Come
on, man.
Colors
like, that's intrusive.
That's intrusive. Like, get out of my nose. Like,
smelling y'all potions and shit. And I'm not. Why I got all this shit in my hand? I'm about to buy this. But it's just like,
yo, my bad. I seen a video earlier. This dude it was like a prank. This dude was like in Walmart and shit. He would just be like going up to people and like that are there with their car in the aisle, and he would just like push their car out the way real fast. Like, get this fucking car out the way. Dude came out.
Don't do that.
Dude
prank
came out.
Shit
Did some girl. Her boyfriend came. He's like, bro. He's like, what are you doing, bro? Like, he's like, nah, get the fucking car out the way, bro. Like,
nah, don't mess with people.
My bad. Yeah, like on the.
Yeah, leave people alone.
Side note, now these pranks are going too far, and it's like people will literally do pranks on the internet and assume like just because when they say like it's a prank, bro, it's a prank, like you got to be cool with it. Like they'll kill your dog and be like, bro, it's a prank, it's a prank. It's the camera right there.
Damn.
Like, bro, if you don't get the fuck out of here.
Man, I can't even make gun jokes no more.
Why not?
I'm about to say it, then that's why all the damn. That's the next nigga shooting up the Walmart. Somebody got pranked on.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was our area has been getting some attention recently for like the worst things. We had a 6-year-old kid shooter.
Yeah, they said
that was down the street.
The teacher was out there tussling.
I think they did say that. I actually met the mayor. I met the mayor at the post office, and he said he was out to do the podcast. Like I'm standing at the post office. This was like a week or two after that happened. And I'm like, I get there early, so we wait on him to open the door up. And dude walk up. It's a young guy. He's like, he's one of the youngest mayors in the country. He's like 35.
Yeah, I seen him.
But he walks up. I'm like, yo, is that the fucking mayor? I'm like, yo, literally was like, yo, are you the mayor? He was like, yeah, like blah blah.
Yeah.
So we
what's up?
We meet and shit, and fucking, I'm like, yeah, I actually just saw you on the internet. Like that's the only reason I knew him. I was like, I seen the video on YouTube of when you were speaking after the shooting. We talked for a little bit. I told him I have a podcast. Like he said he was down to do it. He gave me like his phone to like email myself, which I did. We haven't set it up yet, but
yeah, I hope
that'd be dope. We do that. Yeah.
I can see it happening.
That'll be all right.
You just need like some cosigns and shit.
I asked him too, actually, while we were right there. I was like, "Are you the youngest mayor in the country?" He said, "Nah." But well, I know he's one of them, though. I'm sure.
Once you get your first politician out here, then they just gonna be lining up because then they love talking about themselves and that's it. They be like, "I got it from here." Well, anyway, I got
Let's say why Newport News is so great. Is it Newport News or Hampton? Bro. No, he's Newport News. Wait, no, he might be the Hampton mayor. Is he the Hampton? Newport News? Yeah, shout out to the news, bro. We're doing a rebranding in Newport News. I don't know if y'all got the lingo from like on that side of the water, like, but they call it bad news right now, and we call it good news. You know what I'm saying? We changing the brand and we rebranding the city.
Yeah, y'all definitely y'all internationally bad news. That's what it was.
No, we good news now.
I'm cool with good news, but that's bad news, man.
Yeah,
I get it though. All right, good news.
Yeah. So I didn't know you produced Cha Cha. That's crazy. I also didn't know till Drum dropped the fucking video. I really want to have Drum on here to talk about this. If we ever do an episode with Drum, I'm really gonna ask him about it. If you don't get mad, but I didn't know that he got jumped by Drake security. Mm-hmm. That was OD when I heard about that.
Yeah, he ain't gonna want to talk about it, but
he made a video about it.
Motherfucker, yeah. I know he talked. That's what I'm saying. He ain't gonna send a little podcast to talk about it. Yeah,
that's behind the scenes combo.
But
like,
I mean,
so when the bakery boys pulling up on Drake, bro?
Huh?
I said when the bakery boys pulling up on Drake.
Shit, man. I mean that's water. That's all water under the bridge. To be honest, the person that needed to get their ass was all the security guards. But at the same time, it's it's a lot. That kind of shit happen in the industry every day. We just don't hear about it because people don't talk about it. But that's what made it so whack. It was like for that man to be out there and still be bringing up this shit so late. Like
it's on the album.
Yeah, we like everything's been moved by. I understand if you would have did it on the spot like that year or something. Like why are you poking it up? But I mean, I guess that was the whole energy. The whole project was them just talking shit about everybody. So that people could make it.
Yeah, I was expecting the bakery boys to just be somewhere and never mind. We ain't gonna take it there. But like you said, you said
that's what it is. Y'all out here stoking up violence.
Fuck around.
Talk about that kind of shit.
So you said the vibe was dark. Lex dropping the dark beats at the time.
It wasn't just him. I'm just saying, industry was. It was dark. It was dark, and people just wanted more. They didn't know what they wanted, but they wanted to have fun, and then that's when the shit blew up. Like every post and shit. Like even Beyonce was like, I don't know what it is, but this song makes me happy. Like it was like, why are y'all having to fight and find reasons to be happy? And not talking about even Beyonce. I'm talking about like Monica that had said that. Like,
wait, what do you mean? What do you mean
little
by that?
Scrappy posted them dancing. He was like, this song just make me want to dance. Like it was like, but they was looking like they didn't want to. I was like, damn.
That's actually interesting.
They was shaking it all. It was the energy of it. It was a breath of fresh air. That was like all the rave reviews. It was like Q-Tip was the first one that just like, this is what the game needed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shit was getting mundane and that was something like you never heard of. Cause then also it wasn't serious. It was just like, it's just somebody saying a bunch of shit, but drawing so fucking melodic that it's just like, it was like 3 to 5 different catchy parts of that song in sections. And that was like I don't know what he's saying, but that shit fire. You know what I'm saying? And then just like the tongue-in-cheek cha-cha and talking about Dominicans, and then the Dominicans like, it's bachata, we don't cha-cha. Like, it was like all these things, but it was in a good manner and fun of dancing and having fun. And then, the industry kind of changed right after that, where all the happy-go-lucky music started coming out, and it got tropical. You know what I'm saying? Justin Bieber started doing Spanish songs and shit. Like, it was all this shit. Like, I'm telling you, it was definitely, that was a light.
That's interesting how you saying they like feel like they didn't want to be happy or dance. Like,
literally, you could
like it wasn't cool to.
It wasn't cool.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's how you know it was so drawn down. It's just like, yo, why the fuck are y'all so cool, man? Fuck that.
Too cool to dance.
Too cool to be happy. That's there was. I'm telling you, man, it was dark. It was definitely dark force over all of this shit, bro.
I think we went through like another wave of that since after that. Now I feel like we're getting out of it again.
Yeah, the drug shit really did.
Not even just drugs, but different drugs that affect you. I had a convo up here with somebody. I'm like, yo, what happens when the rappers start doing shrooms instead of lean and shit? what happened? I was thinking, I brought up the question like,
I mean, I think that's all we're here. We
already
arrived.
we getting there. Yeah, we're getting there. It's not mainstream yet, but we getting there. But it's like the correlation between what drugs rappers do and the youth.
Oh, of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's, I feel like that's an interesting topic
it's
right
the definition of cool. I mean, you know, outside of just rap, I mean, black people set standards of damn near what is cool. Like, even when, you know, people impersonate black people, they do this jab talk because they know that motherfucking black people are the coolest motherfuckers.
What's that girl?
Ever.
What's that lady that did the hip hop? You didn't see the video how to do hip hop or something like that? They actually made fun of her. I want to say on South Park or some show. But she had like blue jumpsuit on.
Yeah, the lady.
Yeah, I forgot what she was saying.
Yeah.
I forgot what show they made fun of her on. It was like a cartoon.
And then, like, you know, when it goes into that, you know, we got rap.
But I'm talking like also the correlation, like, of just
it's influential. It's
what
cool.
people will be like how like what people will think about like because shrooms. I feel like shit like that. People like that do it. It gives you a different perspective on life, and that's like I think enough in itself to just change. Like
I don't know, man. Sometimes that shit be connecting too much, man. Like I don't think everybody can handle that shit. The synchronicity of everything. You ever seen like you ever been like on some shrooms and then like the cloak of reality gets pulled back and you see how everything working and connecting and shit. Yo, people can't handle it. Everybody can't handle that shit.
Yeah, it's probably not for, I'm sure it's not for everybody.
I've seen people go off the deep end on that and I'm like, all right. Yeah, I'm like waiting for them to come down still. And I'm like, I think they just fucked now.
They might be gone forever?
They just gone, man. They're mad scientists now. For real. I mean, ain't nothing. Look, I don't be knocking on nobody's beliefs and stuff, but sometimes, you know, you need to just, I don't know, man. Because it's like an echo chamber when two people start feeding each other and then it's just like y'all, like, y'all need some grounding in this situation right now because they're just going to keep intensifying each other. And then next thing you know, they got something else. And, like, I think a lot of that, I'm not coming at like spirituality or anything, but I think a lot of it is some people that are very miseducated on it and they're like speaking before they really know that much about it, and it's just like it's like a false prophet in a way, and it's just like they getting other people, and then I see it, and then they get all sad. And
that's like the
I ain't saying names,
what they call them, charlatans. People that are like
they get muted.
They
I don't
kind of finesse
people
into
but those
like,
are the ones I be muting. I'm like, all right, man, I can't keep up with this because I just don't want all that shit in my head, man.
But also, I think it's just I would say too, like a lot of times, like I said earlier in the beginning of shit, like or even for me on the spiritual shit, it's like the spiritual journey. Or like people on the internet will make it seem like this like fucking super like joyous thing, like it's I don't know. But I feel like in practice, having like going on a real spiritual journey is actually really hard. You don't even want to make a video about it.
It's about
it's really
what
like
I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I was trying to talk about like the social media that's an echo chamber. Like it's only like so much, you know, like purity of it. Like I've seen people like go out their way to be like, all right, well, I'm being spiritual, and then the camera cut off, and then be like
I don't really feel like being spiritual no more.
That 40 over there, motherfucker. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I don't know, man.
I get it.
It's crazy out here right now. It's fun. It's entertaining though. It's like every day you can wake up. I enjoy waking up.
So okay, while we on Cha Cha still, I guess how did you get to the beat to him? Like how did even that song happen?
Drum. All right. Well, first me and Drum, we known each other. We met in Lola's as well. Same spot I met.
The Latin spot?
Yeah.
Okay. Or
I met Drum there as well. But I met him on this other night we did called Dead Stop. It was a hip hop night. We played like old school hip hop. Then at the end I'll play beats. And then we'll feature a set artists. You know, Intellect, Driver. It was like all of them. Like everybody was in that shit. And at the end we would freestyle. And I remember one time Drum showed up. He did some shit. My sister was like, that's dope. You should go work with him, go talk to him. So I was like, all right, my nemesis. But yeah, what you
Are you guys ever going to be cool? Or are you going to be calling your nemesis forever?
Nah, we cool.
We got to squash the beef with his nemesis.
Yeah,
I got to be...
that's my road dog. But she still is. I was recently telling the story when I finally got her to leave me alone, where I knocked her head off. I was like charging this shit for years, bro. One punch, man. She ain't never messed with me again. But that was my sister.
I'm fucking around.
When you was a kid, that's the only time it was subjective. Like you could get pardoned for hitting a girl when it's
you could fight your sister.
When
I
your
think.
sister got
around the same age. She a little older.
Years and years. We're about 2 years apart.
Okay.
Years and years of torment.
Oh yeah.
I don't recommend it on that, but if you had to put a foot down to something, I blacked out. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
She still think about it to this day. But
wait, you meet bro at the Lola? You said right? Yeah.
Yeah. So then I went over there and I was just like, "Yo, man, this shit dope." He was like, "You want to run an event? You want me to record an event?" You know what I'm saying? Like he was trying to shoot like
wait, what?
some business at me because he used to record events, like video footage. I was like, "Nigga, I want to talk about music." And then, on the home, we just never, I would put him on we did like a show out in Virginia Beach, and me and Carter had came together and we was putting on like shows for local artists, yeah. And we ended up booking him for one. And then like that was the last we kind of like we probably didn't talk to each other for like 3 years after that, maybe 3 or 4. And then he saw Sunny and Gabe shit. Somebody posted it on Facebook, and he didn't know that Sunny and Gabe was even from here. He was just listening. He was like, "Yo, this shit dope."
It was you. Yeah.
Yeah. So then when he realized, he's like, "Nigga, I know this nigga. Like, that's Gabe." So then he just called me from some random number. And he was just talking, and me sometimes I just be like trying to like hear who it is before, cause I be feeling bad. I don't be saving numbers that often, and it's not a person. It's just a lot of numbers to save, especially like, I guess it's dumb easy for y'all on iPhones, but on
iPhone?
No, I'm Android all day, every day. But it must be easier for y'all on iPhones.
I mean, I thought it was easier on any phone to just save a contact.
But at the same time,
bro, making it seem like it's hard to save a damn. Come on, bro.
It do be. At the end of the day, man.
No, I'm playing. All right, yeah.
It do be a lot to just add, and then it be like create contact. Like, all right, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's funny.
You damn sure do got a green bubble.
I don't got a green bubble. That's your bubble that's green, correct? What you say is green, right? My shit is the normal color.
Bro, you making my color. You making my bubble green, bro.
Yeah, y'all. That's y'all. That mean your breath be
somebody buying my iPhone for his birthday, man.
As soon as y'all say so, they put in a green gas bubble because y'all breath stink.
Yo, what the fuck?
Come over here talking to us with stink ass breath.
All right, so you got an Android. You walking around with it.
Living my best life. All right. Y'all keep playing these AI janks. Siri gonna kill your ass. So yeah, then I was trying to figure out who the hell am I talking to right now. I had this whole conversation. He's like, "Yeah, I heard this," and it's like I got this project. It's a sound that I want. And he's like, back then it was like, he was like, "Yo, how much would you charge me to mix it?" And like back then, like saying, like, "Yo, $400." That would scare people away. So that was a nice way of me saying
for the whole project though.
Yeah, still that was a nice way of saying no. Because once you start spending prices to these motherfuckers, they scurry off into shrubbery. They just disappear.
But that's actually a good way to weed out the not serious people.
Yeah. So
just raise your price a little bit.
So you're just like, all right. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, all right, man, send it. So he sent it, and then I didn't listen to it. Like, I had mad shit going on at the time, too.
Oh, so wait, he agreed to the price and okay.
Yeah. So then he sends it. I probably ain't listened to it in like 2 months maybe. And he was blowing my phone out. He was calling for different numbers, all kinds of shit.
Wait, he paid you already? And you
nah, he didn't.
I'm like, damn, bro, sent you the joint. He like, I ain't listened to it for like 2 months.
I would never do that. But he didn't pay me.
Yeah.
But equally so, I didn't even agree to do it. I was just like, send it to me. I listened to it and see what's up. Okay. But he ended up texting me and was just like, "Yo, I don't appreciate. I send something I work my life. Like I work hard and it's my life and shit. And you playing around with it. You just gonna steal my shit." And I was like,
2 months later,
I said, "Nigga, I ain't stealing your shit, but listen to it right now." But then I listened to it. It was incredible. I'm like, damn, this is crazy.
So I was right. Kind of, he felt the same way. Like you took,
of course.
You took too long.
I mean, but you know, it got to the point where I almost didn't want to listen to it because
what the fuck?
No, because he was blowing me up, dog. It was like, don't call me from like different numbers trying to trick me and shit. Like, bro. Then it became this like, nigga, I ain't never listened to this nigga shit. You know what I mean? But I did. And it was great. It worked out, guys. Come on, relax. It worked out.
Yeah.
I just be like, I be moving at my own pace, but like I'm talking about equally at that time, Sunny and Gabe, we was like flying places and shit. Like I was busy, so it was like I was focused on Sunny and Gabe.
So Sunny and Gabe.
So it was just like when I was like when I get around to it, I would listen and I do this shit. Like, but it was just like, yo, he was being persistent, and it was just kind of like, but like when I did listen to it, I was like, yo, who made these beats? Blah blah blah. He's like, I did, and it like shit crazy, bro. Like that's one thing they'll know about that dude, man. That nigga make. He be making some beats, boy. But yeah, so we did that, and I remember I was like, check this, I'm gonna mix this one for free, and we'll just see like how it goes, cause it was so good. It was like it sounded like some NERD, Lenny Kravitz meets MF Doom, and it just was fire. And then I was like, I was cool with the social, not social, but Pigeons and Planes.
I feel like I heard of that. What is that, like a blog or something?
It was a blog, okay. But yeah, Confucius. What you call it? I ended up sending it to them. They were like really fucking with it. They put it on like New Music Friday. So immediately he got onto a blog. So then we just was like, you know, and then at that point I just wanted to help him out. But I remember he just started just coming over all the fucking time, like. And we were just working, and we would make stuff, and then we'll go out, and then like, since he was from this side, he never really experienced the other side of the water to y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe
so
you
I was
didn't experience this side of the water, bro.
Huh?
Maybe you didn't experience this side of the water.
I didn't want to. I mean, and it ain't no diss. I mean, you know, over there is different. It was just more going on.
Y'all have cooler shit over there. I'm not
so
gonna
that was the thing, but it was just the diversity for him that was really, he was taking, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was taking him to Brain Drain and like all these different kinds of parties. So it was like, it brought a new breath of fresh air to me, because then I was excited to take him to the spots, even though I was already like plugged in everywhere.
Gave you like,
and
a
I just like, I didn't care, but then like I was excited to show him like, oh yeah, I'm gonna show you this, and I'm gonna come, like, you know what I mean? So then like we was having the time of our lives, and that's when everybody was like getting hip to that Molly, and we was off the Molly, like yeah, it's a drug. It's a drug called Molly.
Not Molly, Molly.
Molly.
Is that Molly or is that something different?
Molly.
Is he? That's Molly. Oh, okay, my fault. Okay.
Is it Molly?
I never heard nobody say Molly. I'm like,
how you spell it?
Molly. I want to say.
Why you saying like Moll?
Mall is Mall. Molly is Mo.
Nah, that's Mally.
You're right. All right, you got it. I'm gonna let you take that one. But yeah, so y'all on a design.
Yeah, no, it was all good. That's basically what One Epic Summer meant, because we just like, that was like February we started, and then like it just rolled into like, yo, we was in the streets cutting up, but then we started throwing events. That's when the parlor was out there. We was doing Studio 54 parties. We was doing all kinds of shit, and like it was funny because you got to progressively see everything build up, like. And just like, even like just how, you know, I'm not gonna call people phony, but just phony people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what do you mean?
As far as just like, it was an example. Like, there was this one girl right before we dropped the project. You know, he was like, he tried to dance with her and shit. And she was like,
wait, you talking about drum?
Yeah. She's like, ugh.
And
then the shit popped off. Like, literally, I'm talking about, I was like. It could have been like a month, so it was like 20 days before it popped off, and then 20 days after. And she was like trying to be like,
she's like, Trump, dance with me.
Have some dignity for yourself, girl. Get off of him. Like, for real. But I seen it. I seen us have these same events, and then like nobody would be there, and then like shit bubbling. It became a cool spot to be at, rather than, you know, some people was coming there not even caring what the hell was going on. They were just going because everybody else is there, and that was where you need to be seen at. And we ain't never had like fights and shit, but those kind of things. So just seeing that, it's weird. You feel weird about that because it's good. You feel good for like blowing up or like, shit getting popular and like your fan base. But then also like, just because it's mad people don't mean that's a whole fan base. You know what I'm saying? Just like, it kind of you be like, it's a weird feeling because it's like, yo, this is dope, that shit, but also like, where the fuck y'all been at? I'm doing the same exact thing I've been doing. I've been trying, like, so it's just a weird kind of dynamic, and especially out here, it's so hard to get that support in a mass with a bunch of people. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting.
I don't think I fault people for not believing before anymore either, just because like it takes effort to believe in somebody. You can say you fuck with something, you can repost some shit or something, but it's like to actually believe in somebody, like you actually have to like put in a little bit of effort.
Yeah.
So if you're not really showing results or doing stuff that people are like really fucking with, like they're not gonna believe in you, and it's just you just gotta do it first.
Yeah.
And it's like just build it and they will come type shit. But what was the mentality?
I agree with that.
But how does that? I want to ask you too. How does that, or if it does at all, affect the creative process? Feel like blowing up, getting success, like maybe noticing changes around you.
It's
like,
pressure, you know what I mean? Because now it's like, you had the ambush, and you didn't have you ain't set no bars, so it wasn't really nothing to lose. And now you set this bar that you have to meet or do better every time. Because once you don't, you wash. And once you're washed, you're washed. It's hard. It's not many artists that get washed and make it back from being washed. Can you think of anybody off the top of your head?
Somebody would probably say Soulja Boy was washed. He get a hit like every year though.
I don't know if that even counts as wash.
To me, he's not washed, but I'm saying like somebody could say that.
When the last time you had a hit?
She make it clap, clap, clap. She make it. Come on, that was like last year, 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's Amir's hit. That's your hit.
You don't think that's a hit? You don't think Make It Clap is a hit?
What's a hit?
What you mean?
What's
a hit?
For you.
For me?
I mean, hits are different for everybody.
For me, a hit is something that you want to just play over and over.
That's too broad of a definition.
What do you mean? So a song could be.
A hit is something you just want to play over and over.
A song could be terrible that you don't even want. You cut it off right away. A song could be good. You listen to the whole thing, but not listen to it again. A song could be a hit. You got to play it all the time, over and over.
Oh man,
what's a hit to you?
I wasn't expecting to have to answer that question. All right, I was just curious. I don't know. Honestly, like I remember the Cha-Cha shit. I have a whole tweet on this thing, and I remember tweeting said, "Man, I know everybody always say they got a hit, but I said, but this one is a hit." And I remember saying that, and I have the tweet. I remember it. And it just what defined that for me. I remember that's when I was with my nieces and stuff. They would run home from school, and first thing they said, "Play that Cha-Cha song." I'm like, "All right, calm down. What about this song I'm working on now?" And they're like, "Nah." Like, you know what I mean? So I used to hold the Cha-Cha song hostage. All right, y'all gotta listen to 5 other songs I was working on first. And my nieces, just seeing them, they're there to see me work on hundreds of shit, like and hundreds and hundreds of pieces. And it's like, that was the only time he was like that. And that was like okay. And then like when we did it at the show, my birthday party, it was an art show that we had. And I also like infused with my birthday party. And that was like Drum after he changed his name. That was his first show. And that was the first show like of us when we started working together type stuff. So we did the Cha-Cha as the intro just to loosen up. It wasn't even a real song. It was like an intro, like let's loosen everybody up. And then he sang and it was like R&B. And then we closed it with this song that we got called Feet in the Water with Sunny and Gabe, Drum. And my sister, being there at the show. She literally runs and gets on the stage and runs to me and say, "You gotta play cha-cha song." Because even my sister liked it from hearing it in the crib.
Oh, you were gonna play it?
I mean, we played it first, but she was like, "Bring it back."
Oh, okay.
But since we're already all up there, and my drummer from Sunny and Gabe, Bo, was on stage, he already heard the song, so he knows what it is. So then when we brought it back, it was a drum set with it. And it was just like, and literally that whole play, you don't see this out here in 757 where nobody ever heard that song before that night. The whole place was dancing, jumping, singing the song. Like it's been out. This was out, this was, what's that spot called?
Like the one that is it the one that Charlie owned before in Slow Dive?
No, this is Jewish Mother. The behind the Norva. But at the time it was called Backstage.
Okay.
FM Backstage.
I didn't know you guys had a drummer though. Who's you guys' drummer?
Bo.
Still to this day?
No, he's in New York. He drums with us when we did our show in New York recently. Then we got Chad down here. So we got I'm moving pieces. Sunny and Gabe, we're slowly lingering. We like different times right now, but it's coming. But yeah, after you seen that thing, it was just like, man, we gotta make the cha-cha a real song. Cause we saw what it did. It was crazy, bro. Like you never see that out here where it got to the point where all the rappers that's like, yo, let me hop on the cha-cha remix. Like local rappers and shit. And then everybody's like, where's that cha-cha song?
Were they making their own remixes? Like just
nobody had it. It never was out. So it's just we didn't have an MP3 for it or anything. You had to come.
What do you mean you have an MP3 for it?
We didn't. We just had the beat. We didn't have the actual song recorded.
Oh, y'all doing it live?
Yeah. So you literally had to come to the show to hear it.
That's hard though. That's like an experience.
It was.
Yeah.
So then people had to come to shows to hear.
Like what's his name? I think it was Mos Def or Yasin Bey. I think he did like an album where like the only place you could hear it was like they had a location in New York. I want to say it was like for 24 hours or 48 hours. It was like a gallery, some type of museum type thing, and it was just playing there, and like you had to go there.
That's fire.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
So you touching on the pressure or just the mind state of like what you're going through in that initial moment. What do you like? I don't know. What's some shit you feel like you learned on from like then to now? Like what's changed or like how do you look at stuff differently?
Yeah, of course. I noticed that a lot of like the stuff you try, like the best stuff is just gonna come from you naturally feeling, and you being actually good enough to execute what you feel, like you being skilled enough to the nuances to nail that feeling that you want and how you want to nail it in a tangible form that everybody else can experience. That's like where the talent comes in. I learned like no matter what you try to replicate, because equally so, people were like, Gabe, just make 100 more cha-cha beats and we could sell these. And I was just like, man, we didn't make that for that. And it's not the same. So it's just kind of like, that's just what that is. And you know what I mean? Like, am I going to be this guy that's like a cookie cutter now that's going to make the same thing over? Or that's just something that we came together and made and let us go over here and make some more. You know what I mean? Like, let us explore that. So then once you do it, people be like, all right, what next? What next? Like, bro, I already did enough. Honestly, I did something most would never do. Like, now I could chill. But now they're like, now you can't put some whole hum down here because they're like, oh, it's not meeting this level, so you wash. Like, bro, honestly, I'll just put it out because I like it. I don't care if I get 3 plays.
I think there's something to say there, too, about just the sustainability and the longevity. Because realistically, you're not going to be a star, the main star, the center of attention forever. Yeah. So it's like, how do you capitalize on your moment or turn that into something that lasts for a long time?
Yeah, I mean,
that's
the question is, what do you want to do? Like, people recreate stuff. Some people pivot. Some people launch careers off. Like, so it's a lot of things that you can do with that. Megastars are known as megastars because they consistently make hits. They consistently put out hits. They get the right songs. It's curated. Because every time it's, you know what I'm saying, it's sustained. So, you know, once they don't, it's just like, all right, you're forgotten because it's always going to be the next guy up and next lady up as well, next everybody up. But
oh, yeah.
it's just like, the thing is I don't know. It's just funny because now more it's like just the culture of it. You start to just laugh at it, and I see a lot of artists that end up just hating it, like just the idea of everything, and like it's very interesting ways to feel when you see like fandom, like to see people care so much about music and like these artists and like going to shows and stuff. It's like, oh, that's dope. Like, you know, it's still, you know, we need that as artists and stuff. It's dope, but then equally so, it's just like when you're in the behind the scenes, you're like, man, fuck all this.
It's like it's for like what we were talking about earlier, that experience, bro. Or like, you know, like you're in that 9 to 5, like it's something just to go enjoy yourself. And also I really like how you guys did the live performance of the song before it even dropped. That's why I really fuck with about comedians. Like they'll go out for like a year or two and do a special before it even drops. Like, and then, you know, now they're like, you gotta lock your phone up, you can't record it.
Yeah.
But it's like this thing that people can only experience there. Like, I don't know, in the world with the internet and stuff, you know, everything is for everybody now.
Yeah.
But it's something sacred still about that, or like something intimate about that. That live interaction or whatever, that live performance.
Man, I'm getting contact eye because this water bottle like is heavy as hell.
Yeah.
I said, what? But
so,
anyways,
okay. So y'all dropped Cha Cha. I wanted to ask you. So I see on your fucking Instagram, you did you meet Rick Rubin?
Oh yeah.
What was that like? What'd y'all do? Did y'all like work on something, or you just met him randomly?
Yeah, I was out there. Drum had the studio for a total of 20-something days in different sessions, and just me being Drum's executive producer, I got to run it. So I got to run Shangri-La every time. So it's just like, just being there, living there, you know. They got like the most craziest showers there. Like
Showers?
Yeah, like the rooms, the shower you walk in, the whole wall is just like, it's literally just shower heads. It's like at least, I don't even know if it's at like 12, maybe even 15 shower heads, a whole wall of it.
Community shower?
Nah, in your bedroom.
In your bedroom?
Yeah.
I fuck with it.
But it's also other incredible things there as well.
He like, bro, you gonna just stay in the bathroom all day? You gonna come out? Bro, take a
nah, but it's literally you wake up in paradise and then it's just like, you look for, you like, after breakfast. You know, they got like these guys, they're like little, I'll call them minions. They my homies, but they like little minions. And it's funny, like they mopping, they cleaning, they like, would you like something from the store? You're like, yeah. You could be like, yeah, go get me a VCR. They go find a VCR. You know what I'm saying? Go get you some breakfast.
They at the thrift store.
They didn't do anything. But the most hilarious part is all of them are like geniuses, like mixing masters, like they're engineers. It's like, you know, that's like their internship.
Wait, this is at Rick Rubin's house?
He has a studio house. It's a house that's a studio, not a studio. There is a house.
He got his engineers
It's
and
called
mopping this shit.
Yeah, them
it's some like wax on, wax off shit. That's what it reminds me of.
And they all cool because they're
like, you gotta get the technique right.
They're just there to maintain and make it. Like, bro, like me running the spot, I could just be like, yo, I need 2 mics, a mini computer set up, a couple DI boxes, amps. I need that over there. I need a setup in my room. I need like 2 speakers, this, that, and the third over here. We're going to turn drum room into a recording booth. And let me get an omelet from that one spot we got yesterday. And give them 30 minutes and all is done. And it's crazy. And then in the middle of the night, when you need to go use the studio, they sit down, they run the sessions. Like, and then while I was out there, I met one of them, and he had on an Old Dominion hoodie. I said, where did you get that hoodie from? He said, I went there. I said, bro, I went to ODU. I was like, what are you doing out here? So we was talking about Del Vecchios, huh?
Well, like, what state was this in? Where was this at? LA?
This is in Malibu.
Okay.
Malibu. So it was cool though to see that. And another guy, his name was Squirrel. And
What'd he do?
Nah, cause his name is hilarious, bro. They said so we finally like, you know, he was from Maryland, but he had like I Love Virginia. We all ended up getting real cool.
Did he have the Maryland
so he was
accent?
like, nah.
Like do too?
That's Baltimore. That's only Baltimore.
Only Baltimore? Okay, yeah, true. Okay.
But what'd you call it? He's like, why they call you Squirrel, man? So he goes like, yeah, man. It was one time he's at this party and like there was this girl that I like and like she was arguing with her boyfriend. They were like on this balcony, and then like they were arguing, and he went. He saw them arguing, and then like everybody was like telling like the dude to like chill on the girl. So then the dude like shut the phone and pushed the girl in the room and closed the door. So then Squirrel climbed up on the balcony, jank, and hopped over and went in. And the dude knocked Squirrel out.
What? Like,
and
bro,
then he
what?
said, and that's why they called me Squirrel. We was like, damn. It's like, but he just got like he said, and then the dude knocked me out. He totaled me.
He totaled me.
Like I said, bro, you could have left that out the story, man. He was like, and that's why they called me Squirrel. I said, all right, Squirrel. That's my dude, though, man. What up, Squirrel? But yeah, Rick Rubin, dope, man. We barely even talked about music. We was talking about like postmodern era, like furniture, like making instruments like furniture, like Jetsons furniture and shit. Like this is nothing. You talking about carbs?
That boy big on furniture and
everything. He's a big on life and living. This dude be eating like dry bacon, like chips. Yeah, what else? You just said that, just watching the dude eating this ain't with his feet out.
Bro said he totaled me.
Yeah, man. Squirrel.
I fuck with it, man. Shout out to Squirrel.
Squirrel's dope, man.
We like an hour and 40 in, bro. That might be a fire spot to leave him at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you want to touch on anything else?
Man, just do the right thing.
Yeah.
You know, do good.
I know you out here still performing, or not performing, spinning in the city a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're always spinning somewhere. I don't know if do you have anything coming up, like people should know about? Or like an event or something? You want to say?
Just, I don't know. I got events every weekend. Man.
Yep. I get it. Your bros, links will be in the description. Hell yeah, bro. I appreciate you for sliding.
I appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah. That was a vibe. Shout out to Squirrel. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm probably going to have the tat tomorrow. They showing titties. What'd I say? They showing titties across the water. Larry's going to model in it.
Just do it, man. Let's just do it. So so when you do D Kane's on Friday.
I'll have it.
Boom.
Come on
now.
We up. Appreciate you, bro. Once again, we appreciate you guys for tuning in.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, all bros links will be in the description. We got 2 episodes this week, so yeah. See you guys soon. Peace.